Hi everyone, I'm Georgina from She Might Be Loved and this is my 2015 beauty roundup. So this is everything from original press samples that I've then gone on to buy a couple hundred times, press samples at the minute that have just absolutely changed my views on something like, well, only one thing, like a candle. Normally I don't use them, now I absolutely love this one. And then just stuff that I generally buy and use myself all year round. So you will see some things that you always see, such as like MAC Diva, but this is Russian Red on top. And yeah, let's get started. So I thought I'd start off with things for my hair, as that seems to have been a big topic this year. I've pretty much not changed the colour until now, and all I've done is put on a pink on top of my dark red, so now it's dark red with a hint of pink. I've really gone for something so different. But to keep the colour, well, the mainly red tones in it, I have been using Colour Wow. Now, if you've been on my blog in the last 2 weeks, I have really raved about this. It's probably been on my blog about 3 or 4 times now, but it's just absolutely fantastic. I discovered it this year through their PR company, and since then I've bought it, I've raved about it, I've raved about it again, I've told everyone about it. It is the shampoo for red hair. It is a little bit stained, the bottle, because everything in my bathroom is stained, especially when you first dye it. But this just means when I go to hotels, when I'm stopping at anyone else's house and I just don't want to ruin their bathroom or get asked to leave and never turn up again, I use the shampoo because it really locks it in. It just means your hands don't come out blood red as well, so absolutely love this one. On to face things now, and this is my all-time favourite. A couple of years ago when my mum first bought it from QVC, I absolutely hated it. It was too harsh on my skin. I couldn't use it properly, it burned, it was just everything wrong with it. But after talking to one of the girls in Devon, she has told me it's slightly changed and it's not like that anymore. So I went ahead, had a sample, then I bought one, went to the airport when we went to Rome, bought another one, then I bought another one, then I've just got another one for my birthday. So I'm a huge fan. Unfortunately, Philosophy are a bit too big time for me, so I don't actually work with them. I do spend, is it £65 or £55? 65, £60, £50, somewhere along that region on this micro delivery peel. So it's a 2-step process. First of all, this one is my latest one, which is empty, and I've got my new one to open.
Sorry.
So off is completely took everything from that. It's an orange vitamin C peel, and that's all it pretty much tells me on there. And then this is the activating gel. So basically you really scrub your skin with this one. Obviously not too hard because you do want skin left on your face, but it's really nice for lumps and bumps, dry skin, if your skin, just for loss of the technical term, goes to shit like mine has lately. This is really good to get it back on track. So it kind of just takes off the bad. I'm really lost the technical terms on this of what it does. But it's basically like a microdermabrasion peel at home. So you can use it, just not too often. I think they recommend to use this once a week, but I would use it even less if you have good skin. If you're having a really bad skincare moment or skincare week, I would use it once a week definitely. But yeah, so this just kind of warms everything up. You're meant to leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes and then wash it all off, and you will notice your skin is so soft, it's unreal. I always take this when I'm going to different hotels, when we're going away for a couple of days, just because I find for some reason the split second I'm not at home, my skin breaks out, starts to panic, doesn't like being away from home, and just feels generally horrible. So when I'm doing my makeup, I can just literally see all the lumps and bumps I'm applying over. I'm hoping the lighting to stop that from happening today, because this side of my face is just in turmoil. We'll use this once a week, cleanse, try and moisturise morning and night, and get my skin back on track. But definitely Philosophy, absolutely fantastic, well worth the money. I always get through this one faster than this one, but it does mean that I have a travel size one of this to take around everywhere as well. I think it was this year that I was first introduced to Jurlique, or it might have been late last year. I have been doing this for over 2 years now, so it does get a little bit confusing when I first started talking to brands compared to still working with them now. But Jurlique is one of my favourite brands up until I found out that they actually do test on animals, which I wasn't aware of because, to be honest, I just assumed with the packaging. This is another example of the packaging with how they brand themselves as very natural. It's just basically the whole branding that they had. Apparently when they were a smaller company they didn't test on animals, but now they do sell in China, so obviously they have to. If you know anything about legal thing that to sell in China you have to test on animals. There is a special word for it, or organisation, that I did when I was at Lush again. That really did me well those 2 years there. I've learned absolutely nothing. But anyway, this is the Nourishing Cleansing Oil. This is absolutely fantastic for taking makeup off. It melts into the makeup and just removes everything, and then with water it doesn't stay like an oil, so you're not in that mascara mess where you've got the oil and the water and everything's going everywhere. It does just melt off. A little bit like, well, a lot like the Meromea cleansing balm. This again, absolutely fantastic. I am much preferring the Meromea one at the minute. I bought a half-used one from a blogger sale just because I've not used it in a while. Didn't know if I still loved it as much. Went through it in about a week because I had a lot of makeup on that week. I just wanted it off really quickly. And then my little brother brought me some more for my birthday, which was only less than a month ago. And as you can see, it is well used, but this really does just take off all your makeup in one. It leaves your skin flawless. No makeup, no nothing, no nonsense. So last product before we get onto my makeup, because everyone knows I love my makeup being half drag queen slash half Disney villain. So this is the YSL Black Opium Perfume. Now I was first introduced to this by the Perfume shop, I believe, and since then I have gone absolutely mad for it. I was wearing it constantly, and I mean constantly, to go to bed, to leave the room, to go into the kitchen, because obviously I work at home, so I don't get many fun places anymore. But you know, absolutely everywhere I would just wear it all the time. So much so that when my little brother went away with his girlfriend, I practically had to beg him to scout the airport to find this perfume, just so I didn't have to pay the very, very expensive £80 to £90 for a full 100 millilitres. Oh, 90 millilitres, you don't even get the extra 10 with this. It is seriously expensive, but it is the definition of a luxurious perfume. Oh no, last smelly. This is the candle that I said has completely changed my mind on other candles. It is Ikoya, or Ikoa. Everyone likes to pronounce the brand names completely different to what I think they are in my head. It is vanilla bean, natural soy, fragrance candle, and it's made in Australia, and it is absolutely just beautiful. I have had so many candles this year, and they look pretty, and I don't mind having them once or twice, but I am actually not a candle fan. I can rarely smell them when they're lit. They do absolutely nothing apart from cause a mess on my ceiling in my bathroom, and then I have to try and clean it off. It's not a lot of fun for me, but this one, when you burn it, you can absolutely smell it through the entire of the room. It is just gorgeous. I can smell it now just from wafting it around constantly because I like to gesticulate a lot, but you can actually see that it is used. And normally I just give candles away to friends when they've been lit once for a fancy photo, and that's it. So it's quite a big deal to actually like a candle. This one's £15, which looks a lot because it's quite a small one, but for how strong the fragrance is, it's definitely worth it. If you are a massive candle lover, you've probably tried them, because I'm that impressed. But yeah, happy with that one. And this one's from Amara Living, or amara.com. This year I have not featured many different looks. I've done quite a few modelling jobs where I wanted to look like myself, so I've pretty much stuck to the same products, except from I do have amazing social media clients that like to give me makeup from time to time. So Makeup Atelier Paris has been heavily featured on my face. I haven't got any of the foundation with me right now because I go through it like no tomorrow. It is a waterproof foundation that is the absolute perfect porcelain colour that lasts all day, that looks incredible, and that you only need to Google it or go on their social media channels, and it is just so raved about. It is unreal. So this is the primer, just to represent the packaging. Yeah, Makeup Atelier Paris. I cannot say enough good things about them, but I can show you more products. So this is my very heavily used neutral palette. I believe this is number T22. I'm not going to get anything from the back of this. It is that used. But I use this underneath everything. So these are my base colours, these are my contour colours. If I forget to take cheap products and I'm travelling, I will use this because it's a warm base. It's basically like putting on contour with blusher. It is just the go-to palette. I do my eyebrows with it. I've got it on now for my eyebrows and my contour crease, and then I've got their glitters on as well. So Makeup Atelier Paris this year. Not just because they're my clients and I really like them, but the makeup is absolutely just on point. You can't have a good face of makeup without good makeup brushes, and this year I have gone absolutely crazy for Nancy brushes. These are filthy at the minute because I have not been well enough to wash them but every time I do my makeup, well yeah, I always have to use these brushes. They are absolutely incredible. The eyebrow brush, obviously, is shit hot. The rest of the brushes are just really, really good. The face brushes, contour, powder, blusher, especially the eye brushes. These are just so fluffy and so really good. I hate showing dirty brushes, but you know, well loved, well liked. They are absolutely fantastic, and that's why people rave about them. A couple bits now because I realise this might be a very long video. Eyeshadow primer, Smashbox 24 Photo Finish Shadow Primer is the official name for it. I bought this maybe last year, and I am only just getting through it to the point where I've asked for some more for Christmas. I know he's got it, man, because he sent me a picture in book saying which one. So that's a massive clue. Really helps with oil control on your eyebrows, so I do put it over my eyebrows. It lasts for absolute forever. I mean, over a year of use, and God knows how many times I reapply my makeup. But you need the tiniest little bit, which you will realise if you ever buy it. Tiniest amount. There's a lot of products from Makeup Revolution this year that I've absolutely adored, but on top of my list has to be their felt liner. It's one product that I really do get through quite fast because I like my eyeliner. I wear a lot of it every day. This is why you pay expensive money for a camera. So it has a thin tip that I just squashed, and then a thicker tip. You can both get a really, really precise line. It is jet black. It goes over any type of eyeshadow, so it's not one. I recently bought the NYX or NYX one, and it just looks grey when it goes on, which is not what you want from a black eyeliner. So Makeup Revolution this year brought out so many new products to be able to pick favourites. I constantly swap my eyeshadow palettes. It's always Makeup Rev that I use for eyeshadow palettes over the MAC. So any of their palettes, big thumbs up from me. Mary Luminizer highlighter from The Balm is absolutely incredible. I like to put it on the tip of my nose, on my cheeks, which you can really see with these lights. Cupid's bow, but then I cover over my Cupid's bow because I can't see it. Eyebrow bone, and in the corner of my eye. It's my absolute favourite, hence why it's so heavily used again. But for pale skin, it is just incredible. It hasn't got any pigment in it, so you're not going to get the pink pigment. I know some that try to copy this end up looking quite dirty when you put them on the skin. Look quite brownish with like a really white pigment in it, so it just doesn't work. But this is basically just putting glitter on your face. So £17 or £18. Easily gonna buy it again. Really, really love this year. And lastly, but definitely not least, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. I am a big fan of her products. I use the eyebrow pomade, I've used the brow wiz, which is really, really good. I can see why people rave on about that. But then I saw this in a book sale and I thought, why not? And it turns out that it's absolutely fantastic. The lighter colours not so much, just because they're not incredibly, bad angle. Just because they're not so incredibly pigmented to do much other than slightly highlight. They don't really cover much either because they're just pale, there's not much there. And obviously with contour you don't want a big slab. I don't know what mine looks like in this light, but you don't want a big slab there. You do want it to be quite, you know, not transparent but borderline. So these colours are, I think this is the light palette. Yeah, this is the light. So you've got Fair Neutral, Banana, Java, Light Sculpt and Havana. I do find that the Light Sculpt one is the one that I'm using the most, but I do love the other two. I have been using Illamasqua Hollow for the first 7-8 months of the year, but then on a photo shoot somebody said that it looks a little bit grey and that can they put something else over the top, and when I looked at it, it does look slightly grey. I normally do put plenty of products on top, but if I was to ever leave that on its own or not use the set products that I do, I'd just have a grey cheek. So those are all my beauty favourites of the year. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know what you'd like to see from me next time. Bye for now.